Work hard, play hard has been a popular expression and life ethic for many. And we emphasize putting more time and energy into reaching our goals at the expense of our health. If you want to master the manifestation process, make your health the priority it deserves. Our health, it's generally the thing we take for granted until it breaks down. In our Western culture, we tend to disregard our health and push it to the limits until our health ends up in the emergency state of alarm. In the Western culture, we admire and strive towards emulating those who have pushed the limits of health and seem to be thriving because of it. Work hard, play hard has been a popular expression and life ethic for many. The question on most people's mind today is, how can I get more out of life or have more than before? Whether these ideas get fueled by social media with images of going on a luxury vacation and then attending an event on the other side of the world, gives us this false impression that we can live life to the fullest without needing downtime to care for ourselves. Or maybe we have been shown a bodybuilder or an athletic person who has created what seems to be the vision of health. Or it could be an incredibly successful person who's advised us to put in an 80-hour work week. That is, if we want to be successful. This was such an unappealing idea, and also had wreaked havoc on those who tried it but couldn't sustain it, that it actually helped cause the success of the book, The 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss, a book that addresses delegating work tasks to free oneself up from trying to do it all. And we emphasize putting more time and energy into reaching our goals at the expense of our health, when it doesn't have to be that way and is actually the pathway to ultimate and complete failure. So in other words, how successful are we if we develop chronic or even terminal illnesses? Yes, we can work smarter, not harder. In this episode, we will be addressing how to do just that, as well as why our health is the foundation, the source from which we all manifest from. Also, what you can do to redesign the state of your health. Welcome back, you powerful, limitless manifestors. I'm Sterling Mire, manifestation life coach for those of you who are new to the channel. First off, what is the state of your health? I mean, really ask yourself, how are you doing physically, emotionally, and mentally? Are you stressed, depressed, anxious, lacking energy, or exhausted? Are you wanting to lose or gain weight and become more energized, but don't know how to get started or how you're going to find the motivation and energy to do so? As manifestors, creators of our lives, we have to focus first on our health. Self-help guru Tony Robbins talked about how he decided that the first thing he needed to address were his health concerns. He wanted to lose weight and have more energy and become healthier mentally, energetically, and physically. So he put himself on a weight loss regimen of diet and exercise and healthy food options before he began creating a life of dreams and goals that he wanted to fulfill on. He knew that the foundation, the success of his goals depended on his health first being optimized. Cardio exercise is powerfully beneficial for releasing the feel-good chemicals in our brains, as well as giving us a clear outlook upon our lives. Strength training helps us to feel strong when it comes to addressing our lives. And stretching, such as yoga, provides us not just physical flexibility, but emotional and mental flexibility as well. Eating live foods versus processed helps us to feel just that, alive. Sleeping restores us physically, mentally, and emotionally by correcting and repairing what needs to be healed. Okay, so you may think, yeah, I'm aware of those things, and maybe you even practice them already, but do you take enough downtime for yourself and yourself solely? Recharging our batteries and Rebooting ourselves is something that we were never really taught how to do or even how important it is. What downtime is different for each of us. A good way to sum it up is to first determine if you are an extrovert or introvert. Extroverts tend to get recharged by engaging in activities that generally require other people. It may be hobbies or sports or simply being in environments that involve people such as concerts or events or all sorts, ranging from art expos to sports events. Or maybe it's changing up a routine and traveling, getting out into the world and engaging in all that it has to offer. It's energizing and replenishing for extroverts because they absorb energy from such environments. However, it's important to help keep in mind that everyone needs space and solitude in their lives in various degrees. Introverts recharge their energy by spending more alone time in quiet places that allow them to internally restore. They tend to give so much on a day-to-day basis that it can deplete them from their energy versus giving them energy. Being around people in crowds or events where there's a lot of stimuli actually pulls energy from them instead of giving energy to them because it requires their energy to function in such places. Not to say that in various degrees, these places can't be enjoyed by introverts. It's just that it takes energy versus gives them energy, generally speaking. If you are enjoying this video, please support us by subscribing and liking the video. It really has a positive impact for all. Okay, so let's address introverts. Introverts recharge by being in tranquil environments and doing nothing but being, such as meditating or doing things that restore their energy, such as reading something enriching or inspiring, journaling, listening to relaxing music, being creative in various ways, and taking themselves out of the world that is asking to always engage, which again, can be a source of depletion for introverts. And although they like to give and participate in life, a balance of taking back needs to be a consistent practice. Refraining from watching programs that are stressful or taxing is important, as well as mindless social media scrolling and being on the internet where there is a barrage of overwhelming information vying for attention that could also be a source of energy drainage. For you introverts, you may want to conduct your own experiment by giving yourself 2 days or at least 1 full day to recharge. If you can give yourself a week or more, well, even better, because the longer you recharge, the longer your internal energy source will sustain you until it's time to recharge again. Disconnect from routines, time, and worldly obligations, and simply ask yourself, what do I want? How have I neglected myself? What would I like to give to myself? Introverts tend to be such givers to everything and everyone else, they forget to give to themselves. This is restoration on an energetic or spiritual level, however you would like to call it. When you take this time for yourself, whether you're an extrovert or an introvert, it's like a rebirth and it is illuminating, like discovering something new and awe-inspiring. So make time for it. To find out whether you're an introvert or extrovert, as well as determining other personality traits, you may want to take the free Myers-Briggs personality test online. Okay, so physically, are you taking the time to care for yourself? We addressed exercise and diet, but what about getting blood work done to see if you are deficient in vitamin D? With time, vitamin D becomes harder to absorb through the sun, and a whopping 42% of Americans, as well as Western people all over the world, they are deficient. That is almost half of us. So what about B vitamins? Vitamin D deficiency causes depression and lack of motivation, as does low B vitamins, which attribute to our ability to process stressors of all kinds, as well as informing the level of energy we have. I am naming just a couple of common yet important vitamins, so getting a full broad spectrum blood analysis is truly helpful, and can be life-saving. Boosting your immune system is also the way to go because essentially we can prevent illnesses if our immune system is strong and able to heal viral attacks. To sum things up, here we go. Making our health the number one priority in a culture that likes to push the limits, we have to take back our power to do so. We have to insist on creating and maintaining optimal health. If we desire creating abundance of all good things in our lives, we depend on this. Think of it this way. The ability to manifest anything we truly want is determined by the status of our health. So if you want to master the manifestation process and experience true uninterrupted happiness and success, make your health the priority it deserves. Need a guaranteed guide for mastering the manifestation process? Check out my book, The AOM System Manifestation Mastery in 30 Days, available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, or contact us at getyourlifenow.com to arrange for a free consultation and discover the various ways that you can master manifesting. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm going to see you next week.